Hey, what's up, everybody? JayC here with another Tuesday night live stream. So, welcome, everybody. You can't see him, he's down here, but Logan is joining us tonight, though he probably won't stay the entire time. My dog, that is. But let us just take a quick run through to see who is here tonight. Everett's in the house. What's up, Everett? Double D, hoping for a new Hickman Hyperion for Marvel Legends. Everett's very chatty tonight. Timmy O'Toole. Love to see a General Thunderbolt Ross. Awesome Mole Man. My guess is there's probably a better chance you'll see Mole Man before you see Ross, but... Dark Vad, looking for Fing Fang Foom. Puppyplex Showcase is in the house. What's up? El Vampiro, Retro Wonder Man, in green original suit. Well, that green suit wasn't his original suit, but I know what you're talking about. The Christmas suit. Quinn's Comics is in the house. Welcome. Anonymous wants Ultron Wanda or WandaVision Wanda at the end of the fight. I know you want basically a Multiverse of Madness version of Wanda, which outfit differed from the figure we got previously. And Black Order comic book versions. King Kino, give us Tim Roth figure. Abomination, or just Tim Roth? Yep, Michael, the new trailer for She-Hulk just dropped a few minutes ago. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Hopefully you guys have checked it out. If not, you can head over to Marvelous News. It's up on the main page there. I gotta tell you, I was the Miss Marvel trailer didn't do a lot for me. I mean, I'll check it out, but I wasn't like super excited after I saw that trailer. But I gotta say, the She-Hulk trailer has me pretty excited for the series. So, I'm obviously from one trailer. I'm not gonna sit here and make any predictions that this is gonna be the best Disney Plus series to date. But again, this trailer actually had quite a lot of stuff, so I was pretty excited for it. Mavericks in the house. What's up? Spaceballs. Molecule Man. I would love to see a Molecule Man. I think he's a bad guy that just doesn't get enough recognition. Blake's in the house. Been a long time, Blake. Welcome. Hope things are going well with you. Hope you've gotten settled in after your move and everything. King Kino, do I love windowless package? I could care less about windowless package one way or the other because I buy most of my figures online. But I will say that if they go completely windowless, they need to do something better on the front than just showing an image of what the figure would look like if it was the window. So I would like to see some really cool packaging or not packaging, but artwork on the front. So that's just my 2 cents if Hasbro were listening. But for me personally, I don't buy enough figures at regular retail anymore. So for me, windowless packaging really is not a deal breaker. Ultron drones from Age of Ultron, as opposed to those Ultron drones we saw in Multiverse of Madness. What's up, Blade Runner? Jen, my man, you might be a happy camper this week. Mephisto, always Mephisto, but so far I've not seen any sign of a Mephisto figure. Blake bought himself a house. Things are going well now. Have a dork room in the making. Nice. You're gonna have to post pictures when you got it ready. What's up, X? 3M wanting an extreme Sue Storm figure. What I what makes an extreme Sue Storm different from a regular Sue Storm? I remember, I guess it was back in the 90s when Sue Storm turned kind of evil and she started wearing like the skimpier outfits and stuff. I doubt we'll ever get a figure of that version, but Sean is in the house looking forward to the stream. Was that Target exclusive Tobey Maguire listing real? I did not see a Tobey Maguire Target listing, so I that's news to me. I would tend to doubt it, being I think we're probably a ways off from a Tobey Maguire figure going up for pre-order, but again, I'm not aware of any listing, so you'd have to be a little more specific. This is something that popped up like on their website. This is something somebody found in the store inventory system. If it's in the store inventory system, then it might be more legit, but Everett, what's up? I gotta figure they've given us a good number of the Serpent Society, so eventually they're gonna finish those guys out. Blake wants Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man. I've seen some other people suggest that that's a figure that could be coming. I personally have not seen anything to suggest that figure. It doesn't mean it's not happening. Nothing that I have seen would suggest it, but I have seen others throw that one out there. So I won't say it's impossible, but I don't think that's something we'll be seeing tomorrow. Jason, damn, that sucks. As far as I know of, mine has not been canceled, so hopefully you're not going to jinx me and I'm going to get an email in the morning from Target saying it's been canceled. But definitely sorry yours got canceled. But I don't know if you guys saw, you G.I. Joe fans, but it looked like Big Bad Toy Store picked up leftovers of the previous Cobra Island Target exclusives. The Baroness, Beachhead, Roadblock, Barbecue, the Breaker, and the Ram Cycle. So those are all now available for pre-order over on Big Bad Toy Store. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the same with like the Tiger Force and Python Patrol stuff down the road. Now, like the Army Builder stuff, which I believe basically sold out completely through Target and such. You know, those are not up at Big Bad Toy Store, the Cobra Soldier and such. But like Outback, I would guess good chance that's not going to completely sell out at Target. So if you can't find it at Target, you may get another shot at it down the road. Can't swear to it, but I'm just going by what we're seeing currently with the Cobra Island stuff. I don't know about Goat Feet Magic, but I would definitely like to see a good Goblin Queen. I don't know if Hasbro would do that one, or if they did, if they would do it justice, but I could definitely go for a good Goblin Queen. Worse online or in person in what way? The main thing about online is you always have to worry about whether something's going to get canceled. You know, I've had a few things get canceled through Target, and that's really goes for any of these big box retailers. You know, more and more it seems like, you know, that's always a risk, whether it's Walmart or Target or Shop Disney. I mean, I'm still pissed that my Xbox, or not Xbox, but my X-Force box set got canceled through Shop Disney which is who the exclusive was supposed to belong to. Hasbro Pulse shipped out some of them, but Shop Disney, as far as I know, have canceled all their pre-orders. So I'm hoping at some point, Pulse will put some more back in stock or something and make them available to everybody. But, I got screwed on that one. Blake, starting out the night early with a super chat donation of $50. Much appreciated as always. My super chat donator. And yeah, man, it's great to have you. I've missed you. I was like, man, Blake's been missing for at least 4 of the last live streams, maybe even 5. I was like starting to get worried about you. I knew you were moving, so I figured that's what probably was going on, is you were busy with real life stuff, but definitely glad to have you back. But now that you own your house, you better save some of that money for the old mortgage and to build up your dork room. So always appreciate the donations, but be sure to spend some of that money on yourself, brother. Iron Man Neo Classic, Steven is looking for. $3M says I've never had the problem with price gouging at Target. I suppose it's not impossible, but usually, aren't their prices set pretty much across the board? The problem with my physical Target as well as my Walmart, and I think my Walmart is worse than my Target, but the problem with both of those stores is they never have anything. I go in there and the shelves are usually empty. It's always the same crap that's sitting on the shelves. I can go like weeks apart and it's like the same exact crap that's still sitting there on the shelves. On occasion, I'll get lucky here and there, and I don't go to my stores on a daily basis. I don't have time for that crap where I'm running out to the store every morning to see if I can find something. When I happen to be going up to the corner to get something else that I need, I'll check out the Target, I'll check out the Walmart to see if they have anything in stock. But 9 times out of 10, they don't have crap. So, and I don't pre-order, unless it's a store exclusive, I don't pre-order from Target, Walmart, or any of the big retailers. If there's something that has come in stock that I know is in stock and will ship right away, and I haven't been able to get it anywhere else, I'll sometimes order it from one of the big box retailers. Mostly that's usually Amazon. I'll definitely, if Amazon gets something in stock that hasn't come in at other places, not a pre-order, but, is in stock, then I'll buy it from Amazon because I get free shipping through Amazon. Target offers free shipping on stuff over a certain price amount. I want to say it's like $35. If you spend more than $35, they give you free shipping. But I don't, I almost, again, unless it's a store exclusive, I almost never pre-order from a big box retailer. I did pre-order that classic Martian Manhunter Target exclusive DC Multiverse figure, so I hope that one doesn't get canceled. But that one, that one, last time I checked, was still available, so it's not like that one's selling out instantly. So hopefully that I won't have to worry about that getting canceled. The Batman Year 2 figure from Target, my first one, which was the autograph version, ended up getting canceled, but then they put in more in stock, the regular version, and I was able to grab that one. But Comic says, Pop Finder I find is not very useful anymore because I think Target has essentially blocked them. So I used to use them a little bit to check and see if stuff was in stock, but I think they basically caught on to people using those systems and have made them pretty much ineffective. You can sometimes, they're good if you can find, it'll help you find it online, the listing online. But as far as in store, the Target website, if it's something that's readily available in stock, if you go to like the Target website, it will tell you, and sometimes it'll even let you buy it so you can go to the store and pick it up. But yeah, I don't think Pop Finder is terribly effective anymore. Maverick, thank you, brother, for the $10 super chat. Do I collect any Mythic Legions? I do not. This question actually comes up on a regular basis. I like their figures, the Four Horsemen. I think they do a great job. I was very tempted to get that eagle, the bald eagle one with the American flag and stuff. I thought that was a really gorgeous looking figure. So I was tempted to get that one. I had seen it at the conventions and stuff, but I just didn't end up, you know, basically I didn't buy it. So I do not have any of the Four Horsemen independent stuff, but I drool over them when I see them at conventions. And they're nice looking figures. I personally don't collect a lot of independent lines. I collect so many of the mainstream lines, and my space is limited. So, but yeah, Four Horsemen do some great work. So. Everett, was there a different yes, Leader's had the tall, thin head, and then he's had the more of the wide head. So he has had multiple shaped heads in the past. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Toy Biz did the big head version as opposed to the tall head version, but I can't remember 100%. Soulcraft, the Instagram, it'll be on the Hasbro Pulse Instagram page, so not their YouTube channel like most of their live streams. This is going to be on their Instagram page, but yes, it will be on the Hasbro Pulse Instagram page. And of course, we will have full coverage of anything new that is revealed on Marvelous News. If you have problems finding it or not there live, I think, if I remember correctly, it's 2:00 p.m. is when they're going to hold it. They've done this one time before, the Instagram thing, where the primary focus was the 3 3/4 inch retro figures. And then they showed some in-hand images of the Hawkeye and the Ultron and the Kate Bishop figure from the Disney Plus wave. So first thing, I will tell you, there should be something new revealed tomorrow. At least one new figure. And I will tell you what that figure is by the end of the night. My shirt has, your first clue is my shirt here. But there may be more, I don't know, but don't expect like the amount of reveals that we get on like a YouTube live stream. I would not expect that many reveals. I think we'll probably get one maybe new reveal, and then maybe they'll show some in-hand images of some of the other stuff that they've already announced. I could see them possibly doing that. But don't expect the level of reveals tomorrow during this Instagram live stream that you would get during a normal YouTube live stream. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Toy Biz did both versions of the Leader, the big head and the tall head. One was in a 2-pack, or at least one of them was in a 2-pack, if I remember correctly. What's up, Captain Morgan? S-Man, I wonder how selects are bigger figs and haven't gone up in price. New selects, Red Hulk coming out at $30. Well, that is an increase in price because selects used to cost $25, I think. So, but selects usually aren't as articulated, and not well. Sometimes they have I'm not going to say never have as many accessories. Especially, Marvel Select to me is a hit and miss line. There are some really awesome figures that have come out in that line, and then there's some real duds that come out in that line as well. So, but yes, the price has gone up on those figures. Quinn, nope, nothing on Dungeons and Dragons. I would not expect to hear any. The earliest we might hear something is maybe during the summer, I'm still waiting, to hear whether Hasbro's actually going to be attending San Diego this year, or whether they're just going to do a virtual con of some type, PulseCon again. So, but, whatever they're going to do this summer for their big, summer reveal event, my guess is that would be the earliest we hear anything. But I don't know how far away that movie is. So, that might not be something until we hear more on until next year. A lot, like I said, I forget off the top of my head when that movie is supposed to be coming out. But anything Dungeons and Dragons related, I would not expect a big push for until we get closer to the movie. The movie that's supposedly coming out comes out. Oh, you just pre-ordered Merman last week. I've already got Merman. He's in the cabinet back there. Those are some. Al would be an interesting one. Warlord Krang, Automa. Automa's one that, well, I won't say because that might be considered spoilers for you guys. So let's just say that Submariner and related characters might be getting more of a push in the coming years. So from what I've seen, so I've not seen anything for an Automa figure per se, but I feel like Submariner is going to get, become much more popular down the road. Yeah, NECA announced those two figures, which are technically actually through WizKids, which NECA owns. But I haven't heard anything from them either beyond those two figures, other than, they do the little game figure. Again, WizKids does the little game figures, but again, when we get closer to if that movie actually, there's a D&D live action D&D movie that's supposed to be coming out, and assuming it does, that's when I think you'll start to see a big product push. Porcupine would be, he's a very obscure villain, kind of a silly villain like Frogman and the rabbit chick, but Porcupine would make for a very interesting figure. Maybe a little dangerous too. So they probably wouldn't be able to make his spikes hard plastic. They'd probably have to make it like rubber type material. So I don't know how well that would work. What's up, Phil? Welcome to the live stream. We've gotten a good Absorbing Man, but I agree we definitely need Titania, which I think we got a glimpse of in the new She-Hulk trailer tonight on the Disney Plus series. So again, a character like Titania seems like, I haven't seen anything specific, but I feel like, being that she's going to be popping up in the MCU, that means a much better chance that we will see her at some point. I don't know where they would stick her. They could stick her in a Spider-Man wave like they did Absorbing Man. They could stick her in an Avengers wave. So I don't know. Quinn, I don't think so, but it wouldn't matter. It's just, retailers, they see a movie, D&D movie, they're not going to differentiate, oh, well, this is specifically product based on the old 80s animated series cartoon. They're just going to see D&D. And at that point, if they know a movie's coming, they'll be much more willing to carry product for that. And so that allows companies to then slip in things like figures based on an old, 80s cartoon and stuff. So now I will tell you, so again, we've got the She-Hulk trailer that just dropped tonight. I've not seen anything specific, but I won't rule out if possibly there is a She-Hulk figure in the next Disney Plus wave that, maybe we could get a reveal of that. Probably not. If that were going to be revealed, that would probably be revealed via Marvel.com. And I still don't think She-Hulk's going to be in this next Disney Plus wave. I think she's going to be in the wave after. But I won't rule out 100% that, we couldn't see something like a She-Hulk figure here in the near future now that we've got the trailer. Of course, we really didn't get a full-on look of her in her suit. We saw her from behind in the trailer. Her, her purple and whitish suit, which I'm guessing is what the figure would be based on. But I don't know. I don't think we'll get a full-on She-Hulk wave, but probably the next, not the Disney Plus wave with the Hawkeye and the Kate Bishop and Moon Knight figures, but the Disney Plus wave after that one. I think will have a good chance of being somewhat She-Hulk heavy. Nothing leaked. She-Hulk August 7th. The new trailer just came out tonight, but it wasn't a leak. It was officially dropped. In fact, just minutes before I came on here to the live stream. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out, because I definitely thought it was an interesting trailer. And it looks like Hulk, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk is going to have a strong presence in this series. Captain Morgan, I believe he's going to be the main bad guy in the upcoming Ant-Man movie. So, if rumors are to be believed. I prefer, I guess I would call it the sexy She-Hulk, or the more normal sized, tall, but not like looks like, yeah, like you said, on steroids. So yeah, I prefer that version of She-Hulk. Her classic look, I would go with, is what I would call it. I was like noticing, like, in the trailer. So I don't know if you guys have. First of all, I don't know how many of you guys have actually seen the trailer yet. But so it looked like maybe Frogman, or to me it actually looked more like a Power Ranger, but there's a glimpse of somebody that looks like maybe Frogman is in the series. Abomination is definitely in the series. Hulk is in the series. Um, it looked like we got a glimpse of possibly Titania in the series in the new trailer. And then I was noticing, like, they showed a car rolling down a hill, and to me, I like had flashbacks to the original Incredible Hulk series. Where Bill Bixby's Bruce Banner, or David Banner as they called him in the series, his car crashed. So I don't know if that's like a little Easter egg nod to the original Incredible Hulk series, but that's what crossed my mind when I saw that car rolling off the side of the road. Well, I know he's going to be in the movie, but whether he's Kang the Conqueror, as in like his entire getup and everything, that is not confirmed. Whether he's just going to look like a normal human like he did in the Loki series, or whether he's going to look like some version of the Kang that we all know, that I don't know. I have not heard anything about Doc Samson, but that definitely would be kind of a logical character to see pop up. And I forget which is going to come out first, the Ant-Man movie or season 2 of Loki. I think the Ant-Man movie, but I don't remember the exact date. So, and they flipped the Ant-Man release date not too long ago. So I've heard rumors of that, of Daredevil. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it would be cool. I mean, I would like to see Murdoch show up somewhere other than for 2 seconds, like we saw in the No Way Home movie. But yeah, Phil, that's probably, I would agree with you that Lou Ferrigno popping up in some kind of cameo is probably a good bet. I guess it depends. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, I would say, is probably more powerful, but otherwise, I would say Kang is probably, at least, has screwed the Marvel universe in the Avengers more so than Thanos has in the comics, at least. I always get confused because, like, at one point at least, Kang was like supposed to be a future version of Victor Von Doom or something along those lines, and I don't know how they've handled that over the years. But Kang is a very mysterious type character, and there's the whole time traveler committee thing of Kangs and stuff. And Coco says he likes seeing dead Thanos. And I don't remember seeing dead Thanos in Multiverse of Madness. I Not that I remember. I mean, again, maybe they've changed it up, but last time I remember, he was supposed to be a descendant of Doctor. He was supposed to be like a future version or something of Victor Von Doom. There was definitely some kind of correlation between Doom and Kang, at least at some point. But again, I've not read comics in a long time, and it's certainly possible that they've changed things in the story. So if he is related to, if they've established something in the comics that he's related to Reed Richards now, then I mean that's new to me, but I wouldn't be too surprised. Oh, was it? I remember where they killed Doctor Strange. I don't remember seeing Thanos, but I've only seen the movie once, so I may have forgotten that one. I doubt it. Not in the MCU. If he popped up again, it would probably be in a a Sony movie. Or we'll get back to Marvel Legends. But just so I wanted to ask you guys. So I was curious, how many of you guys out there collect vintage toys? And vintage is subjective, I guess, based on your age. But like for me, I would consider vintage stuff like stuff from the 80s. But I'm just curious how many, if any of you guys really do a lot of vintage collecting, or do you focus all on brand new stuff? Um, I feel like as prices are going up on new stuff, I feel like people might start looking to collecting vintage stuff, which can be very expensive. But I mean, if you're going to spend a lot of money, maybe it's cooler to go and get old stuff. But I was just curious if there's many of you out there who collect in any way, vintage toys. Like, do you go into vintage toy stores, and do you like to shop around and buy stuff at vintage toy store? Do I feel Marvel Legends is coming to an end? No, no way. Not with all the movies and Disney Plus shows and everything. No, I think Marvel Legends is going to be around for some time. What's up, John? John is 30% vintage and 70% modern. Comics says he's been moving more into collecting vintage direction. See, I've never been a huge vintage collector. I have stuff that I guess I bought when it was new and might be considered as vintage by some. Stuff that I bought in the 90s and stuff. I don't really have much in the way of stuff that I had in the 80s as a kid, unfortunately. But I've never really been somebody to go back and buy old vintage stuff. But I have been. I came across this store that's fairly local. It's about an hour away from me. It's called Eternia Dreams, which is a pretty nice store overall. It's a vintage toy store, but it's one of the biggest I've seen in this area. But I've been kind of like, just kind of, you know, I joined their Facebook group and stuff, and have just been kind of like experiencing that crowd, I guess you can say. Because again, my main focus has always been on what's coming, what's new, the most recent stuff. But like, I was looking at this Star Wars Kenner vintage Death Star playset that this store had. Still has the box. It's been opened before, but it still has the box, which in fairly decent shape. Has all the pieces to it except for the foam garbage for the trash compactor. Has like the rope, which, as I understand it, is pretty hard to come by these days. And everything else is complete. So I always loved like as a kid, one of my favorite toys was the vintage. It wasn't vintage back then, but the Kenner Death Star playset. And I've kind of given up on Hasbro's ever going to give us some new modern version of the Death Star. So I've been contemplating whether like I want to spend money to buy something like the vintage Death Star playset. But like this store was selling it for around $450. And seems like maybe that's a little bit high to me. I couldn't find one as complete on eBay. So, and there were some that were selling for like $375, and then shipping. Obviously there wouldn't be shipping if I went to the store and bought this one, but I don't know. I always get nervous about buying vintage stuff because I'm always worried that I'm not going to be able to keep it in great condition or what have you over the years. And then I'm always worried that, am I paying too much? Obviously something that old is not going to be in complete mint condition, but $450 is a lot of money to spend on something like that. But like I said, for me, the Death Star playset had a lot of sentimental value. So that's really what, I don't know if it would continue to go. I mean, it probably would go up in value, but that's not why I would be buying it. I would be buying it more for the sentimental value. But Blake says, we're in the golden age. We're getting all the vintage toys, just better versions. That is true. While prices suck and the delays suck, in the past several years, we've definitely been getting some pretty nice action figures, some of the best action figures all around, including a lot of old vintage lines being revitalized. So I would definitely agree with you on that one. Phil, yeah, yeah, that is probably true. It definitely always works out that way with Marvel Legends, but I've never bought something like that from the 80s. But yeah, I mean, hell, maybe it would be worth it to buy it just to get if that meant Hasbro ended up announcing a new one. But I just like I said, every year I like wait for a HasLab Death Star playset, HasLab Death Star playset, 3 3/4 inch. I go with 3 3/4 inch. You could even do it modular where you like do different sections and then you can put it together or something. But every year I get disappointed. You would think that would be a no-brainer for Hasbro to do. All these years, we've never gotten any kind of remote reissue or updated version of the Death Star playset. Since Kenner did it back in the day. And I can't tell you how many times my parents had to glue back my Death Star. Those little pegs would always snap off, and they kept the different levels in place. So many a time where we'd be at the kitchen table and my parents would be with the super glue trying to glue the thing back together. Sean says buy it because it'll be the next HasLab. If I go buy this vintage one and then later this year Hasbro announces a Death Star playset for HasLab, are you guys going to chip in and help me get the HasLab one too? We talked about this before. I think a USS Flag would be extraordinarily expensive, and that's just a 3 3/4 inch one. I mean, there's just no way they'd ever do a 6-inch USS Flag. So, but I mean, that thing would have to cost easily over $500 if the quality was there. If they took the quality of the original one and updated it into a new modern version, then yeah, I think that thing would cost over $500. Yeah, Phil, $1,000, you might be that. Yep, I would not be surprised. I would probably, I won't say 100%, but I would probably get the USS flag if Hasbro did, if it was like improved upon the original, so at least as good as the original, but hopefully better. If Hasbro did something like that, I would probably get. I probably wouldn't have the room for it, so I might not even open it. But I just, because I'm just such a big GI Joe fan, I probably would have to support that and get that if they did it. That and the Death Star. If they do a Death Star, I will definitely get it. Again, I don't know where I would necessarily put it, but I would definitely get that. 3M, what are the chances of getting a GI Joe Transformer cross? Well, you know they are doing those, right? They have already announced the Megatron that transforms into the His tank. Comes with the Baroness figure, and then there should be at least an Optimus Prime one coming at some point. We don't know what he's going to transform into, but they teased that Prime was going to be coming as well. So I don't know if they'll do a whole line of them, but they at least got Megatron and almost definitely got Optimus Prime coming. And I've got that His tank on pre-order, so I definitely could dig a whole line of those if they did them. I never had the original flag. I had kind of pretty much quit collecting GI Joe as a kid at that point by the time the flag came out. So I remember seeing it one time at the toy store up. It was like chained up on a rack. So like somebody had taken it out of the packaging and had it on display, but it was like up on a wall. And I remember seeing it one time at the store, but I never bought one. I never owned one. But I always thought it was cool. The Death Star, though, yeah. I mean, I had the Death Star, and I definitely would buy a new one. I mean, I would. The thing about the Death Star is, like, should it be made as a, I don't know how well they could make it so on the outside it looks like a big just ball, and then on the inside you've got a lot of detail and stuff. That's probably the trickiest thing about the Death Star. I mean, obviously the Kenner one was not, from the outside, was not realistic. Did not, look like a ball in any way. So I don't know if that's what holds them up from doing one or what, but the flag is probably, I don't know if it is the biggest, but it's definitely got to be in the top 5. I don't like the Masters of the Universe Eternia play set might be pretty close to the size of the flag, but yeah, it's definitely got to be one of the biggest playsets that have ever been made, and probably the most detailed for the time. I mean, I definitely feel like Hasbro could improve upon it for today, but it was pretty damn realistic even for, the 80s. I don't know if I would be willing to buy an Ewok Village. I had the original Ewok Village, the Kenner one, but I don't know if I would buy I don't think an Ewok Village would interest me that much. I mean, yeah, I guess it would depend on price and everything, but what's up, Henry? What do I think would be a good classified for HasLab? I don't know. I'm still waiting for the Sky Striker to arrive, but I feel like, I wouldn't mind seeing some smaller classified vehicles done. I don't think they could do a 6-inch Sky Striker. I think that's too big even for HasLab. But, there are definitely some smaller vehicles that I think Hasbro could get away with doing in the 6-inch scale that I might not, would be kind of interested in seeing as a HasLab. Like a His tank, I could see them doing a his tank as a 6-inch vehicle, possibly for HasLab, and that would be, pretty cool. Terradrome, well, not a 6-inch Terradrome, maybe a reissue of some type of the 3 3/4 inch, but and I wouldn't mind seeing that. I didn't have the Terradrome either. That's another one I didn't have as a kid. Damien says Destro's to spoiler. Oh, that would probably be size-wise. They could make it work. But I feel like there's better classic vehicles that they could do before doing something like that. Yeah, there would be no way for them to do a 6-inch USS Flag. I mean, could you just think about how big the shipping would be just to get... I mean, that would just be outrageous. If we ever got a flag at HasLab, it would be 3 3/4 inch. And I feel like if like the Sky Striker sold well, and I feel like the Sky Striker was maybe laying the groundwork for a possible reissue of the flag. The Sky Striker had the little hook for the aircraft carrier landing and stuff that wasn't actually on the original Sky Striker. So I feel like they set it up so, if the Sky Striker sold well enough to greenlight doing something bigger and more expensive, they might do a flag, 3 3/4 inch flag. But I don't know how well the Sky Striker sold. So, I mean, obviously it sold well enough to go forward with, but did it really sell enough to like say to the upper management at Hasbro, if we do a USS Flag, will people buy it? And I don't know if that message was sent. I've seen some pretty cool customs for vehicles and figures for classified. I don't know if I've seen anyone using the Lightyear stuff, but I could maybe see the Thunder Machine, a 6-inch Thunder Machine for the Dreadnoks, but we got to get the Dreadnoks before they give us their vehicle. So I feel like that would not be something in the immediate future. And obviously like the motorcycles, but I feel like the motorcycles could get released at regular retail. I feel like if they ever did a Serpentor with Air Chariot, that could be something that was released at regular retail. So I feel like that's too small to warrant the HasLab treatment. So I feel like something, mid-size, like a Fang Copter or his tank maybe, maybe even like one of the Jeeps. Those are things that I could see them doing as a HasLab 6-inch classified vehicle. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So that's why I feel like, while I think there was maybe possibility for a flag, I feel like maybe the Sky Striker didn't do well enough that it's going to get the green light. And I don't know, and not just the Sky Striker, but also just those O-ring retro figures that they're selling through Pulse. I mean, if those were selling really good like hotcakes, then again, that might be enough to say to Hasbro, yeah, let's do it. But I kind of feel like that those probably are not selling super great. None of them have sold out or anything. So, and I really feel like those are overpriced. I got the first set, the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, but I really did not feel like you were getting your money's worth with those. So I haven't gotten any of the others. Well, three definitely not smaller. I mean, we've already gotten like the Ram cycle for classified, and we've gotten. I don't really that Cobra cycle was kind of, I thought was lame, but we've already gotten like motorcycle sized vehicles, like a Trouble Bubble. I could see that getting released at regular retail. Again, the motorcycles. Serpentor's Air Chariot, things like that. I could Zartan. I mean, was really expecting to get a Zartan with his swamp skier. I'm really surprised we didn't end up getting like some version of that as like a Target exclusive or something. You know, we've got multiple Zartan figures, but not with the swamp skier. But I definitely feel like the swamp skier would be a sized vehicle that they could do at regular retail. A claw, you're right, the Cobra Claw glider. Awe Striker, maybe. That's starting to get a little big, but possibly. The Armadillo tank, maybe. The Snake armor would be a cool classified item. That was my very first, I don't know if you want to call that a vehicle, the Snake armor, but that was my first G.I. Joe non-figure that I owned as a kid, was the Snake armor. Grunt was my very first G.I. Joe figure, and the Snake armor was, I got Grunt and the Snake armor at the same time at a Walgreens drugstore. Sir Davey says, flag or nothing? A Night Raven? I mean, they gave us Sky Striker, so I if they did a Cobra, I feel like if they did a Cobra airplane, they'd do the Rattler before the Night Raven, just because I think the Rattler is a little more iconic, but who knows? I mean, Hasbro's done 3 3/4 inch Rattlers in recent years, so I wouldn't be that interested in another Rattler unless it was like really, really improved upon. I mean, frankly, the only reason I got the Sky Striker is because they included the parachutes, which was one of the best features of the original toy. So, Superman says, someone posted today one of the Lightyear Alpha Class figures with a simple head swap that made him look like a good Deep Six. I could see that. Of course, to me, I don't want a Deep Six unless we get a Shark. Yeah, you got to give us the Shark vehicle for Deep Six. A Defiant, the space shuttle. That's another one I didn't have as a kid. I never had the Defiant. I had the original GI Joe headquarters. I had the battle platform that you could have the Dragonfly carry around. I had I think that's it as far as like play sets that I had for GI Joe. I had the Sky Striker, I had the Whale, I had the Hydrofoil. I never had the Terradrome. So yeah, as far as like play sets for GI Joe, I think the battle platform and the original GI Joe headquarters were the only two that I had as a kid. And I had a Rattler, but I never had a Night Raven. Like by the time the Arise Serpentor Arise and the GI Joe movie had come out, I had moved on to Transformers, so I did not have most of the stuff that came out at the time of the movie. Like I didn't even have as a kid, I didn't even have Serpentor or Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, that sucks. I did have the watermark moccasin. I always liked the hydrofoil better, but I did have the water moccasin with Copperhead. That sucks. You lost yours in the ocean. What's up, One Real Hot Shot? Yeah, I had the hovercraft. I had the whale. I didn't have any of those. Kobe says Dr. Squatch is going to hell for all these terrible YouTube ads. I definitely had more than that. So switching gears a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So I know last live stream some of you had asked about the 40th anniversary He-Man figure and that you had noticed places had pulled the pre-order for it. So I talked about this in one of the news videos since then, but I just wanted to recap here in case you missed it since you guys have brought it up here. The figure, the He-Man 40th anniversary figure is still coming. Mattel, for some reason, asked the e-tailers like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store to pull their pre-orders, which likely will get relisted in July. But if you already pre-ordered them when they were up, you shouldn't have to worry about re-pre-ordering them. They should still be honoring those. So, again, I don't know exactly why Mattel asked them to pull those pre-orders, but that's why they disappeared. But again, if you already pre-ordered them, you shouldn't have to worry about pre-ordering it again. And the figure is definitely still coming. So, and then also, there's a possibility that we might be getting a 40th anniversary version of Skeletor as well, but it looks like that is up in the air, as in it's not a totally done deal. And if it does happen, it looks like it might end up being like a store exclusive. So, if you want, if you would like to see a 40th anniversary Skeletor, you might start, if wherever you talk about He-Man, just say that, start talking it up. But just to let you know that I have seen, there definitely plans look like at least they're trying to do a Skeletor figure as well. How into the Masterverse line? So far I have them all, so I guess I would say I'm pretty into it. I have all the Origins and the Masterverse stuff, so I don't remember the next. He's not in the next two waves, so, or no, I'm sorry, you're talking about the Masterverse one. I'd have to go back and look. I think he's in the next wave. Let me check that for you, Michael. Wave 6. Both Skeletor and He-Man should be in Wave 6. So the next wave after the Merman, the wave with the Merman, the classic Tila, the Barbarian, Skeletor, and He-Man figures. The wave after that one should have the Skeletor and He-Man Netflix animated series Masterverse figures. Spaceball. We need an attack track. Attack Track was one of the cooler vehicles in the cartoon. I don't remember the original toy much, so 3M wants to see 2002 He-Man figures in the Masterverse line. I won't say that it's impossible. I mean, I think we could definitely see that at some point. But I think I'm looking forward to the She-Ra and the Hordak figures, which will be deluxe figures. Yeah, I heard like people dropping rumors about the first wave of 2023, but I'm not going to go that far in advance because things change, and especially with Mattel. So I don't know how credible that is, but up to wave 8, he's definitely not going to be in, up to wave 8. So 6, 7, and 8 should be out sometime this year. And then, like I said, 2023, I'll wait till we get a little bit closer to that point before I start really delving deep into what we might see. Because, I mean, things changed on the Origins wave, like the next Origins wave that's starting to hit overseas with the Pighead and the Mantenna and the 2000X He-Man and the 2000X Skeletor figures. That was not originally going to be the next wave, and then things changed, and that ended up being the next wave. So, like I said, I would kind of take with a grain of salt right now. Not saying that the rumors are wrong. I'm just saying there's a good chance they might change between now and next year. Trapjaw figure is a great figure. So is the Triclops one. I like the Triclops, and the King Grayskull. I mean, all those deluxe figures have actually been really nice. Chuck, I wouldn't say they're up for sale. They've been putting out, according to the Wall Street Journal, they've been putting out feelers to see if there's interested buyers. Not necessarily because they're in financial trouble, but things have actually kind of gotten back on track with Mattel in the past couple of years, but there have been some indications that, they might be putting out feelers to sell to somebody. So I don't know. Do I think Mattel will put up early waves back for pre-order? Early waves for Origins or Masterverse? I don't know. I mean, it's always possible things will get reissued at some point. Again, I've not seen anything right now for either, but either Origins or Masterverse. But certainly down the road, I would say it's not impossible. You got Trapjaw for reduced price? I've seen King Grayskull go on discount already. I hadn't seen people getting Trapjaw for discount, but nice. I paid full price for both of them, but honestly, I don't regret it. Yeah, again, I won't say it's impossible, but I've not seen anything as of right now to suggest that we're getting reissues of older figures at this time. But companies always like to reissue stuff, especially like the core characters. So, especially He-Man and Skeletor. I don't think, those will get reissued probably at some point. Spectre Creative does not work at Mattel anymore and hasn't for years, so he has no idea what Mattel will do or not do. He can speculate just like the rest of us, but yeah, he does not work for Mattel anymore. Well, Masterverse She-Ra is not out yet. We've seen images of her, official images of her, but she's not available yet. She'll be coming later this year. As far as the Tila, she's I have one in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store, so she's been coming in stock there. I assume when you say Ultimate Tila, you're talking about the classic, the newest Revelation Tila that looks more like her classic look. So I haven't seen her at physical stores yet, but online places have started to get that one in. Yeah, hopefully we'll get all those Revelation characters. I mean, if there's another season like it looks like there is, I think we'll definitely see some more Revelation figures. Yeah, we already talked about that. I won't say it's impossible. I feel like, first of all, I still don't think She-Hulk's going to be in this new wave, in the Disney Plus wave with the Moon Knight and the Hawkeye figures. Only because and it still may come out before August. I don't know that wave, but at least originally that wave was supposed to be out before August. So I feel like they would not have put She-Hulk in that wave. I think She-Hulk will be in the next wave after that. So, but even if by chance She-Hulk is in this next Disney Plus wave, I feel like that reveal would come probably via Marvel.com, not during an Instagram live stream. I could be wrong, but I've not seen any indication of She-Hulk. But yes, I had a similar thought when I saw that trailer drop tonight that maybe we'll get a look at a She-Hulk figure, but. A little bit, but I have not told you guys what at least one figure I'm almost 90% sure will be revealed tomorrow. I have not divulged that information yet. I figure I'd wait till the end, wait till latecomers get in here and stuff. But I did give a clue, so my shirt is your first clue of what it's going to be related to. Which, of course, we all know who has an anniversary this year. 3M. Yeah, Too Bad would be nice. I don't think we're going to see that tomorrow. I think after the first or I don't know if the first episode. My guess is the Miss Marvel figure it's going to have her outfit, so I don't know how long into the series before we see her put on her outfit. But whatever episode we see that character in her actual, Miss Marvel outfit, then I think we'll see that figure revealed via Marvel.com, that week. So, but next month, June, which is when the Miss Marvel series will premiere, almost definitely we will see that figure revealed. Kozen, thank you, brother, for the super chat donation. Saw a bunch of Target exclusive classified Joes. Yep, we talked about that a little bit earlier. I don't know how you want to define it, but my understanding is that the stuff that you're seeing up on Big Bad Toy Store was made available to Big Bad Toy Store because it had not sold out at Target completely. Leftover inventory, basically. So that's why you're not seeing like the Cobra Soldier and stuff, the army builders that did sell out. So I don't know if I would call it a timed exclusive, as more of this was inventory that did not sell. So Big Bad Toy Store elected to take it on because they figured they could sell it. And that's why they have it now. So not a guarantee we will see that with every Target exclusive G.I. Joe figure. Though I do think, we were talking about this earlier about like the Outback Tiger Force figure and stuff. Something like that, I don't see necessarily selling out completely, so I could see a Big Bad Toy Store picking that up down the road, whereas maybe like the Bat or the Viper, which are army builders, those tend to sell better, so those might not be, you may not see those. So it does give you hope that if you miss out on any of these Target exclusives, especially like the one-off characters, you will have another shot at it, but I wouldn't call it a timed exclusive as in like Hasbro's making more of these figures so that other places can carry it. This again, I think is just leftover inventory that Target did not sell. Spider Sammy's stop motion Oasis. That's a hell of a name. Really hoping for Toby Spider and maybe a Kristen Dunst MJ. I don't think we'll see those tomorrow. I guess maybe they could tease us. I mean, we know Toby's coming. Hasbro said so. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take them to have it ready. So I won't say it's impossible, but my guess is probably not. And as far as MJ, Kristen Dunst MJ, I would say the chances of us seeing that figure done by Hasbro are not very high. But as far as tomorrow reveals, I don't think we'll see the Toby or the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man figures. I think it's still too early. Jerry, we have not really gotten to that yet. I will tell you, tomorrow we should be seeing a new Spider-Man figure, but I've not told you yet what figure I believe we will be seeing. Yeah, well, again, Major Blood was a pretty popular character, so I believe it probably sold out as well. Firefly wasn't included either. Again, I think the stuff you're seeing at Big Bad Toy Store is just inventory that was left over that Target did not sell. So, yeah, the more popular stuff basically sold out, and the stuff you're seeing at Big Bad is the less popular stuff. But I mean, I know a lot of people missed out on the Baroness, I think, even though, Target did end up making those more readily available towards the end. But, definitely I feel like Beachhead and maybe Baroness were ones that people missed out on. Sorry, it was late to the show. No problem, man. Thanks for answering. I do appreciate the... No problem. That's what I'm here for. And always much appreciated with the Super Chat donations. You guys don't have to do it, but I always really appreciate it when you do. Salome has joined us, everybody. There goes Salome's tail. Vic says, yeah, I do too. I mean, and I think that new Eternia subline leaves a lot of room for classic type characters. The Beastman figure is very much a classic type character. It's got the added fur, from the artwork, but, otherwise it is essentially just a classic Beastman. So we're seeing that new Eternia line kind of allow Mattel to do more in the way of classic characters. So I definitely feel like we will probably see more of that. I mean, I did some checking on this, so I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. It is almost definitely what you're seeing at Big Bad Toy Store is leftover stock. What's up, Nerdy? HasLab tomorrow? That would be something I definitely couldn't say 100%, but I doubt it. HasLab will likely get announced July timeframe. They might give us a hint. They might hint at something tomorrow, maybe. But again, the Instagram live streams are not as big as the regular YouTube live streams. And again, HasLab announcement, that's something like that's going to come at if Hasbro's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con this year, then that's likely when they would announce it. Or if they're going to do another PulseCon in the summer, then that's probably when they would announce the Hasbro. So at the absolute most, and I wouldn't even hold my breath on that, but I would say you might get a tease. But likely even a tease would come during a normal YouTube live stream as opposed to this Instagram live stream. All right, so we're getting close to 8 o'clock. So I will tell you about 90%, I'm going to say 95%. I don't want to jinx myself because Hasbro will somehow if I say like 100% this is what we're going to see tomorrow, Hasbro will make like a last minute change or something. So I'm going to say 95%, and it might be more things, I don't know. Again, being this is an Instagram live stream, I'm not expecting a ton of reveals tomorrow, but should be at least one new figure that we have not seen before. However, I will tell you, this is a figure that I have talked about coming. So this is one that, if I'm correct, we will be able to scratch off the rumored list. So I'm going to jump over here. All right. So I'm going to jump over here. So you might recall this, and I've talked about this list on in previous videos as well. But back in January, JT Prime was the first person to bring this list to my attention. I've seen it from other sources as well. So, you know, this is when we first told you about the Black Panther figures, the reissue figures, which obviously we know that turned out to be true. And then Spider-Man's 60th anniversary stuff. So I don't know how if you guys can see that. You guys can see that good. So we've seen everything on this list for Spider-Man's 60th anniversary. So tomorrow we should be seeing a new Spider-Man 60th anniversary related figure. I believe it's going to be on a retro style card back, so you won't have to worry about windowless packaging on this one. I'm pretty sure. Fan channel type exclusive, so primarily available online, I believe. But everything on this list we have seen been officially 100% confirmed now by Hasbro, except for two things on this list. So the first one that we've yet to see confirmed is the Spider-Verse Penny Parker 2-pack. And I don't think we will see that one tomorrow. And then the second one is the Japanese Spider-Man figure. So this is the figure I believe we will be seeing tomorrow. Now again, there could be more things. But I believe this one that's been rumored for a while now is a figure that we will see tomorrow during the Instagram live stream. So about 95% sure this is going to be one of the reveals. Might be the only reveal. Could be others. I don't know. Again, Instagram live stream, I'm not expecting a ton of reveals, but this is one that I think we will see tomorrow. So we'll see if I'm right. But if I am right, then you heard it here first. Smythe with hover chair would be cool, but I have not seen anything suggesting that one. 3M says he can't believe the Japanese Spider-Man is a thing. I was actually starting to have some doubts. Like you know, we kept seeing these Spider-Man figures revealed, and like I said, there's only two on the list, the rumored list, that have yet to be revealed. The Penny Parker 2-pack and the Japanese Spider-Man figure. So I believe tomorrow we will see that Japanese Spider-Man figure. So that is my big news for you guys tonight. So hopefully I'm right. I won't not 100% confirmed until we see Hasbro confirm it tomorrow, but like I said, based on what I've seen, that looks like is definitely going to be something that is revealed tomorrow. I have no idea what it'll actually look like. Again, I've not actually seen the figure, but Unfortunately, Feral, I have not still seen any indication of Feral or Wolfsbane. Hopefully those will be coming. At least one of those two will be coming sometime this year. Solo, I've not seen any listings for Solo. Well, Target is still selling Marvel Legends, so they haven't quit selling Marvel Legends. You can go online to Target's website. They still have Marvel Legends there. You can go, I mean, I go into my Target. They don't have anything new, but they still have some Eternal figures. They still have some Doctor Strange figures. So Walmart or Target has not quit collect or carrying Marvel Legends. It's just, I think the reason why you're not seeing a lot of product on the shelf right now is because of the delays. You know, Hasbro's not lying when they say their products are being held up with, you know, all the various reasons out there, shipping delays, COVID, all that. So that is why I think you're not seeing a lot of product on Target shelves. But I don't, you know, this has come up, this is like, you know, third live stream where somebody's like said, Target's not going to sell Marvel Legends anymore. And I don't think that's true. I just think the delays have prevented them from really putting out anything new. I mean, the only thing they haven't put out, I mean, they put out the Doctor Strange wave, so they haven't put out the Thor wave. I don't think Targets have gotten the Thor wave. Walmart's got the Thor wave, but I don't think Targets have gotten the Thor wave in yet. So obviously, you know, Walmart's were able to get those in, but Target has yet to get those in. And then, you know, GameStop is just now starting to get the X-Men wave in, but only somewhat limited. They have not gotten all the figures in yet. You know, a lot of these places are ordering solid cases of the figures. So, you know, half a wave might show up and you know, I don't know how the store determines when they're going to put something out or what, but that's what's basically causing the problem. We got somebody spamming us. Woohoo! Adult dating site. So I'm removing the sex spam bot. Well, I wouldn't say ton. They've got GameStop has gotten in the three of the figures from the X-Men wave. They've got Siren, they've gotten Wolverine, and they've gotten Sabretooth. So they're up to 3 figures now on the X-Men wave, but I don't think they've gotten any of the other waves. Targets, the last wave they had was the Doctor Strange wave, I believe. Walmart got the Thor wave. And yeah, so I mean, things are kind of, you know, popping up here and there, and that's why. So I mean, my advice is don't buy your Marvel Legends from Target unless it's a store exclusive. Buy them from a Big Bad Toy Store or a small retailer or what have you. Support the small business where you can. But I will also tell you, don't worry, Target's not dropping Marvel Legends. I don't know how many times I can say that, but I mean, I guess I need to make a YouTube video with a big clickbait headline so that people tune in and watch it, but it's not really my thing. But like I said, I don't think you have to worry about Target dropping Marvel Legends. Michael says so the Boba Fett, I'm waiting on Big Bad Toy Store to get the Boba Fett in, but like I saw Walmarts have started to get that figure in. I'm not going to go run to my Walmart every day to see if I can find that figure. I saw somebody on Facebook saying they drove 140 miles because the system told them this Walmart had one Boba Fett in stock. I don't know if he was really serious or what, but my thought was, dude, you're freaking crazy if you drove 140 miles to find, on the off chance Walmart might have Boba Fett in stock, pre-order the damn thing and wait for it. Even if you got to wait a little bit longer, it's not that big a deal. You're not going to die if you have to wait a little bit longer to get your figures. I mean, it's just, to me, don't don't make this hobby any more frustrating or difficult than it already is. Right, but Neil, you got to keep in mind, if the Targets haven't gotten any new Marvel Legends in stock, they're not going to have anything to put out on shelves. So even though they're doing a reset, they can't reset something they haven't gotten in stock. Yes, is it strange that they haven't gotten new Marvel Legends in? Very much so. But we're living in strange times where things are delayed. That's why you see these, when these things go up for pre-order, you see these release dates from a year from now. Now, again, I think those are worst case scenarios, but that's why you see it, because the stuff is delayed. If Target was going, it would, like, Target said, you know what, Hasbro, we're not going to carry Marvel Legends anymore. Probably one of the most popular action figure lines out there, but with backed up by all these Marvel movies and TV shows. But you know what? We're just not going to carry Marvel Legends anymore. I mean, first of all, just think about how asinine that even sounds. But if that were true, then you would see them no longer on their website. You would, because a few stores have not put out in their reset more Marvel Legend figures. That's just a symptom of the delays that we're experiencing right now. And Hasbro, I mean, I will admit, Hasbro seems to be one of the hardest hit companies when it comes with their delays. I don't know why that is. I can't tell you why that is. I mean, McFarlane has been getting stuff out left and right. So, and even Mattel with He-Man and stuff seems to be coming out a little bit faster than most of the Hasbro stuff. But definitely Hasbro is, these delays seem to be hitting Hasbro pretty hard. But that's all it is. It's just delays. And we'll just have to deal with it until things get straightened out. Coco says he's heard all Target's getting rid of all action figures. They're too toxic. Yeah, didn't you hear Target's going green and they're getting rid of all plastic in their stores? Well, also, I mean, I've seen the Doctor Strange wave. I've seen the Spider-Man retro card back figures. Those have also been out recently. So, I mean, I think part of it is, we're seeing a lot more pre-orders, because Hasbro, just like all the companies, are continuing to roll out their reveals of new stuff, even though the current stuff is being delayed and actually getting out on shelves in any real way. And I don't know, some people don't like that. I do, I guess maybe in part because I run a news site, and if all the news dried up, I wouldn't have anything to report. But I also feel like just staying informed so you know what is coming, there's nothing wrong with that. But Nerdzoic. So I don't know. I mean, that was a Walmart exclusive here in the U.S. Now it's possible he got it from someplace outside the U.S. He also just had a big flood. I don't know, his basement where he was keeping all of his inventory flooded, which sucks. He put up some videos about it, but it looked like he was digging his way out of that. But I don't know what exactly got damaged. Rodney says, you heard this hobby could be online retailers only. I would be all for that. That would be great, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, the thing is Target put out the Doctor Strange wave. That's one of the more recent waves. It's not like it's been years since Target put out something new. I mean, this is a case where you guys start panicking over like things that are not there, you know. And I don't know, you know, if Spectre Creation started this rumor or what, but you know, just use some common sense and quit listening to every rumor that comes across, you know, your social media wall. And I mean, one of the things that we've seen in the past year or so is, you know, places overseas get almost everything before we do these days. And I mean, that was a trend that was even starting before COVID, but COVID has certainly made that worse. But, you know, and that can be frustrating, I understand, because you start seeing people finding these things. And a lot of people have just started buying these figures from overseas retailers. It means you're paying more money, but, you know, that's what you see with a lot of people is they're starting to buy the stuff from overseas retailers. And I mean, I bought the G.I. Joe Classified wave with Storm Shadow, Spirit, and the Cobra Officer. I bought from Robot Kingdom. Now, Robot Kingdom is a sponsor of the websites, but, you know, I had to pay a little bit more to get it from them because they're an overseas retailer. They've already shipped. They're at customs right now, so hopefully they won't sit in customs for too long. I'm hoping that they might show up by the end of this week. But, you know, I decided, I mean, it was supporting a sponsor of the website, but I also just decided to pay a little bit extra. It wasn't going to like a scalper. You know, I don't really, you know, suggest that you go and buy from a scalper who's just reselling the figure that they managed to buy from someplace. But, you know, some overseas places, CMD Store, which is a Canadian website, I believe, had that wave as well. So, you know, Jigsaw, that's another one. I mean, people overseas, you know, the Jigsaw figure's been showing up overseas. I bought the Baron Zemo from, I think it was Robot Kingdom. And then, of course, Walmart put it up on their website shortly afterwards. I'm not going to buy Jigsaw. I'm going to wait for Jigsaw to go up on the Walgreens website. But you know, but they will come. I mean, if you're just patient, they will come. That's my best advice to you guys. If you've got the money to spend to pay a little bit extra, you know, if you don't have the patience and you've got the money to spend a little bit extra to buy from overseas, more power to you. But, you know, you don't have to do that. And it's not the end of the world if you got to wait a little bit longer. They will come. You know, it'll still be a cool figure when it arrives. You know, again, I'm seeing people at Walmart finding the Boba Fett figure, but I'm not going to go hunting. I guarantee if I drove to my Walmart right now, my Walmart would not have that figure in stock. And I'm not going to waste time driving to it every day to see if they have it. I'm just going to wait for, you know, hopefully Big Bad Toy Store will get their stock in here pretty soon. Right, but again, planograms are based on what they know is in stock. So if Target doesn't have any new stock for Marvel Legends right now because of the delays, they're not going to put the Marvel Legends on the planogram. So it doesn't mean they're dropping Marvel Legends. It just means they haven't gotten any new inventory to actually stock yet. So hopefully, you know, that will be corrected soon. But all right, it's after 8 o'clock, so we are going to wrap it up here. But I once again want to appreciate everybody who joined in tonight, everybody who made super chat donations, much appreciated. You guys are great, and I will probably be back tomorrow with a news video. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know what I'm going to do on Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to do a second live stream or maybe some type of review. I don't know. So a little up in the air on Chuck. I have no idea. I'm still waiting on my Sergeant Slaughter figure from Valorverse from Big Bad Toy Store. According to Big Bad Toy Store, they're sitting out on a boat somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know what the delay is, other than, you know, they just haven't been offloaded, I guess. But anyway, news video tomorrow. Not sure on Thursday, but thanks for joining in tonight. And as always, guys, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.